Hey everybody, this is David, and it's time, as the year is starting to wrap up to an end, it's time for my 5 favorite albums of the year 2020. Now, in the year 2020, a lot went wrong. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Global pandemic, coronavirus, stuck inside, quarantined. What good could come out of it? Well, artists made some great albums, and this was no exception. Some years are better than others, but I thought this one was a really, it's like a phenomenal year for music. So I found my 5 favorites. I will be sharing those with you, and hopefully you will go out and get some of these and enjoy them like I do. All right, number 5, I'm going to put a major artist up here. A lot of these, the majority of them are indie artists, which I tend to like a little bit better for whatever reason. I mean, I love major artists as well. Don't get me wrong. Deftones put out a new album this year. Didn't quite crack the top 5 for me, but someone that I was kind of late to the game with is an artist named Phoebe Bridgers. Now, I'd heard of this artist prior to this, but I finally took the time to go experience the album Punisher, and wow, I was blown away. All right, about the album. It was released in June 2020. Phoebe Bridgers, if you don't know, is a indie rock artist out of California apparently. And the album Punisher, which released the singles of Garden Song, Kyoto, I See You, I Know the End, Savior Complex. Whew. Now I got hooked on this album when I heard the song Kyoto, which I feel is probably one of the best singles of 2020. And you know, I am a Ryan Adams fan, and I know she kind of had a brief relationship with him, I guess, which has been touched on lately in the news. Part of the song Kyoto reflects on some of that from what I've read, but this album is hauntingly beautiful. Great songs about being in love, being in bad relationships, mending relationships with people. It just sounds great. Her voice is phenomenal, and this is definitely one of those that's going to stand out. So if you have not checked out Phoebe Bridgers' Punisher, you need to go do that. You will be pleasantly surprised. All right, moving on to our next artist of 2020. It is phenomenal when you meet people and they are artists and they are really good at what they do. They put out great art, and this next person is, no exception to the rule. This is my friend, I'll call my friend, Trapper Haskins, who put out this album, Blood in the Honey, and it is a great one. I mean, my favorite song, I've talked about it before, Oh Saint Dymphna, is a great album. It's great on the album. You had Adeline, you had I See That Now. I mean, they're all just phenomenal songs, phenomenal album. It is in the vein of, kind of backwoods rock, kind of southern flavor, singer-songwriter. And I'm telling you, man, if you have not heard Oh Saint Dymphna, it is one of the most mind-blowing songs I've heard in a long time. That's right. This is the album right here. I always say if it's on vinyl, you definitely need to go get it. And we had Trapper Haskins on our 24-hour stream. He played a couple of tunes, and it was so good to hear those in person. This album you can get on his website, trapperhaskins.com. You need to go buy it. You will be, like I say, pleasantly surprised by it. You will definitely enjoy it. And, what can I say? Trapper Haskins, Blood in the Honey definitely makes the list. Also, another person we've had on the podcast quite a bit is friend of the show, Becky Warren. And Becky Warren dropped her new album, the 6th season, at the end of 2020. It deals with her bouts with depression, dealing with life, how she gets through that. And if you've never heard Becky Warren, she's put out War Surplus, which was her debut album, concept album about her relationship with a veteran, Army, I don't know if it says, but a military veteran. Then she puts out her next album, Undesirable, which is probably my favorite of the catalog. That was a concept album as well. She likes the concept albums. She met with homeless people in the Nashville area, got their stories, and then wrote songs about them. Sunshine State off that album. Whew. Man, what a song. 6th season, no different. Good Luck, You're Gonna Need It was one of the lead singles off of it. She has just this voice that is out of this world. She writes these great songs, these great hooks, great stories, and they're just songs that get stuck in your head for days. This is definitely you need to get sixth season. But if you don't know who Becky Warren is, you need to go jump deep into the catalog. She's got some songs that, in a fair world, she would be a star based on just her ability, her music. I mean, the world needs to hear these songs. That's how good they are. So Becky Warren, the sixth season, big thumbs up for me. All right, so we're coming up now to the last two. All right, so if you know me, you will know that I'm a huge fan of this artist, Lydia Loveless, who dropped Daughter in 2020. Woo! Wow. I mean, Lydia Loveless is next town. Now, this, I didn't say, but Becky Warren, Lydia Loveless, Trapper Haskins, all in that Americana kind of feel of music. I think Lydia Loveless probably started out a little bit more, from what I've heard, like kind of bluesy country, bluegrass kind of country. And just watching her evolve over her last few albums as a songwriter, as an artist, as the theme she has to say, that's what being a true fan is about. Watching that growth of an artist as they just move up the ladder and they just blow you away. And this one I've listened to a lot. I would tell you every song's good on here. My favorite song is either on side B, Daughter, which I think is, it's one of my favorite songs. Once again, 2020 is going to be a year where I'm like, some of these songs are my favorite songs ever. Daughter's really good. Never is also really good. Has a very Fleetwood Mac kind of vibe to it. Kind of a Tegan and Sarah meets Fleetwood Mac-ish vibe in it. The singles that have been released, singles, but songs, Ringer was released as a video. Love Is Not Enough, I believe, is Ringer. I don't know. In this era, what are singles? I don't know. But she's put out multiple music videos that she shot herself for songs off this album. Look at this art. Look at this artist. Lydia Loveless is an artist, once again, as Becky Warren. And more people I'm starting to see more traction online for her. NPR list, as with Becky Warren. But people need to hear these songs. They need to hear her voice. It is just, I always think, if I could have one talent, it would either be the ability to draw really good or the ability to sing like a Lydia Loveless or Becky Warren or a Trapper Haskins or a Phoebe Bridgers or whoever will be number one. But it just, it's one of my favorite things in life is to find a good album. Like, I love movies, but if you gave me the choice, you can only listen to albums or watch movies, I would just albums for the rest of my life. There's nothing like putting in a good pair of headphones, listening to all the sounds going on, the mixing of them, and it just can make your day. You're having a crappy day. It's a Monday. You're dragging your butt into the office or working from home these days. Some songs can just lift your spirits. So, definitely go get that one. All right, well, if you know me, if you follow me on social media, anything like that, you're going to know that my number one artist, my most played artist on Spotify, her songs, is Jen Starsinic. And, Jen Starsinic came out with the EP, I'm calling it an album, Bad Actor. And I met Jen Starsinic through kind of Becky Warren on social media. Jen Starsinic came and did an episode of the podcast, Blame Your Brother. And she left. I was like, I think that's my new favorite artist. Like, the talent level to be in the same room with these people. It's like, so Jen Starsinic, Becky Warren, and Trapper Haskins all were guests on the podcast. And if Lydia Loveless and Phoebe Bridgers want to come on, would love to have you. Not going to happen. But we would love to have you. But Jen Starsinic just blew me away. Went to her album release party. And it was one of those shows where it was transcendent of everything on this planet. I was just like, this is my favorite. It's one of my favorite albums ever. Song's Cold. Video's playing right now. Cold is a standout song about the end of a relationship. She had Drive to the Ocean, which I actually covered on an old video from my personal account. Love it. A reflection of life. I was taking a walk one day. The sky was kind of overcast, and I was listening to Drive to the Ocean, and I was like, tears started coming out of my eyes. It hit me so hard emotionally. She is just wow. Bad Actor is it's just an album that speaks on so many levels. She has is with everybody, such this amazing voice, and the way she constructs her thoughts and really just emotionally connects to you on another level. And I want everyone to go get all these albums, and especially Genstar Cynic, because that I thought about it heavily and said that's probably no, not probably, that's my favorite album of 2020, and it's such a you can listen to it over and over again and just never get sick of it. I mean, it's just so good. She's such a talent, and I'm glad somehow in the way we work that I got to meet her. She got to be on the show. I got to be for the her album release party, and I'm just so excited when I think of her. I know the other artists have put out numerous albums. I don't know. Trapper Haskins, I think, maybe has 2, but she's put out an album many years ago in this EP, and I'm very excited to see what her next project's going to be, because I am in all the way. And so, Picture in a Frame, Cold, Drive to the Ocean, Bad Actor. Wow, these 4 songs alone. When I think Picture in a Frame, I'll listen to that song. And I encourage you, these are all available on Spotify. Go check them out. But Picture in a Frame, the beginning of the song starts with drums. It is the best sounding drum intro I've ever heard. And, well, let's calm down, because I guess we're looking past like Led Zeppelin and things like that. But of indie artists, of this genre of music, it is one of my favorite drum tracks. I mean, I'll listen and go, how do they get that? How do they get the sound for these drums? I don't know, but that's so Picture in a Frame. I just go get the album Bad Actor by Genstar Cynic. I guarantee you will not be disappointed by it. That is my David guarantee lock of the week. I'm going to tell you, really, you're not going to be disappointed by any, but if I had to say one, Genstar Cynic is perfection. It is a perfect album. I really would argue all 5 are really perfect albums, so I'm kind of backtracking. I'm saying that it's rare you get to a year where every album on the list is like, mwah, perfection, because there's been some years where I'm like, oh man, where am I going to find 4 and 5? Like, I like this album, it's all right, but these stay on my rotation for a long time now. So, recap: Phoebe Bridgers, Punisher; Trapper Haskins, Blood in the Honey; Becky Warren, 6th Season; Lydia Loveless, Daughter; and Genstar Cynic, Bad Actor. Those are my 5 favorite albums of 2020. So if I missed anything, if something flew over my radar and you want to tell me about it, tell me in the comments below to the video. Subscribe to the channel. We do a live podcast every Thursday night, minus holidays and things like that. But every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time at our YouTube channel. You can get there by going to blameyourbrother.tv. Of course, if you're watching this, you may already know that, so I don't know why I'm repeating it. But subscribe to our channel. If you're looking for something to do on Thursday night, hang out with myself and John as we talk about current news, pop culture. We talk about our lives quite a bit, and we love talking music, movies. So had to put this out here. Top 5 albums of 2020. Let me know what yours are in the comments below. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Go listen to the podcast, which is available on all podcast platforms. No reason not to check it out. We did best duos on our latest album. Album in the brain. We did best duos on our latest episode, and we have fun with it. So go check out Blame Your Brother, the podcast. Once again, tell me what your favorite albums were. Do it in the comments below. Please rate, subscribe, check us out, and go listen to music. It will make your life better. Guys, 2020 is almost over. Really excited for 2021, see what new music comes out. But for right now, these are the albums you should have in your life. This is David of Blame Your Brother, and I will talk to you guys later.